Princess, you can't be a real princess, are you? Princess Bola Adelani, I see you on Facebook, social media. You're doing a lot of things. Total success coach. Are you really a princess?
I get that question a lot, and to make it quick and straight to the point, yes, I am.
I should bow down and kiss your ring and say that, right? Well, welcome. You were a former corporate lawyer.
Yes.
And you're a princess. Now, your background is from where? Because people are going to say, wait a minute, princess, real quick, tell us how you're
Originally, I'm from Nigeria, and my princess title is from the southwestern state of Ogun in Nigeria, Ijebu-Ode. My paternal grandfather was the crown prince of that town. Okay. And my uncle, my dad's younger brother, is the current king of the town. So that's where that all royalty comes from.
You don't have extra diamonds on you, do you? If you have some extra diamonds, throw them our way, right? So listen, you went from corporate lawyer to success coach. Why did you leave the law field to go into motivational speaking?
Just pursuing a passion I had. Even in my entire career as a corporate lawyer, you know, I used to get people inviting me, requesting me to come and speak at events, to coach them on their professional success, because I'd really kind of rised up that corporate ladder very young. And I found that anytime I was motivating somebody or equipping or speaking behind a podium, I kind of came alive. And I thought, this is really what I want to do when I grow up. So
you found your passion in helping others.
I found my passion in helping others, absolutely.
What's the biggest impediment to success? Is it something you're born with, or can you acquire it? Can you work at it?
No, you could absolutely work on it. You know, success is something that is not an accident. It's intentional, it's strategic, it's something you planned, and a lot of hard work and dedication and commitment.
So commitment, that when you mention that, what's the first thing you have to do if you're going to commit to this whole issue of being successful? How do you start?
How do you start? You first of all identify what your definition of success is. What is success to you? What is it that you're shooting to be successful at? And so you first of all identify that and narrow that down, and then create a plan with measurable steps that will get you from where you are to where you really want to be.
Now, before we get into your action plan, because TALK is an acronym, you have a program called Talk Your Way to Success, with TALK being an acronym. But for a lot of people, just having that presentation is very scary. Just talking to somebody about their idea, whether it's a business or a proposal or for a raise, they're scared to death, right? The whole issue of
absolutely. There's a lot of fear there, but there's an increasing need for professionals to be able to articulate concisely and communicate persuasively and powerfully whatever their idea, their vision or mission is. You know, there's that increasing demand. So whether you're selling yourself to a prospective employer to secure a job, or you're selling yourself to your boss to gain a promotion, or it's in the boardroom to negotiate a deal or close a contract, or whether you're doing it, you know, in front of a large audience to present a pitch, there is an increasing need for you to do that. And so we have to overcome our fears and master the art. It is an art that can be mastered.
And we're going to get that in about 2 seconds. But first, you gear a lot of your programs toward women.
Yes.
Why?
Women, there's still a lot of inequity, you know.
Pay inequities,
exactly,
right, biases.
Exactly, and there's still a lot of, you know, there is that glass ceiling for women. And I haven't been in the corporate arena for so many years myself, and I said I really went up that ladder very, very fast and very young, you know, so I've got the expertise. I really feel that I'm called to support and empower women.
I mean, the flip side is your success gets magnified, but so does your failure, right? If you're women or minority, if you do well, it gets magnified. If you don't do well, it gets magnified.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. Let's talk about the tips now. Talk your way to success. You're saying anyone can be successful. They learn how to talk. First, you're saying the T in talk, you're saying is target your message and your audience. So talk to me about that.
Exactly, because you see,
get the pun? Talk to me about that. You didn't get that. It's a little joke.
So your audience, you have to identify and research your audience prior to your presentation. You have to know who you're talking to. Are you talking to teens? Are you talking to people of color, white collar, blue collar? You know, who are your audience? Because your message will be tailored to who they are and their culture and their learning style. You know, people of color tend to be a little bit more animated, energetic, a little bit more loud in their presentation skills. And so if you're talking to a Caucasian as a professional person of color, you know, you need to tone it down. So first and foremost, you need to to identify your target audience and tailor your message towards them.
And that's whether you have a business, whether you have a book you're selling, whether you want a job, you're saying first know who you're talking to.
Know who you're talking to. And you know, that knowledge can be acquired at the click of a button. You know, just go online, do a research. What's their culture? What's their demographic? Who are they? You know, where are they? What's their educational background and learning and all that? And
you're trying to connect. The whole game here is trying to connect with whoever you're talking to, right?
Right, because you got only 60 seconds to make that connection.
Really, after what happens after that? People tune out?
Absolutely, you've lost them. If you don't engage them.
We have a half-hour show. You should have told me that 3 years ago. 60 seconds, all we have?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, how about this? You had number 2 for A. Articulate value. Something very important you're saying is that you have to know not what's in it for you, but what's in it for the person you're talking to. Talk about that.
Exactly. WIFM. You know, it's not all about you. It's about your listener. It's about your audience.
What's in it for me?
What's in for me? They're looking and listening to you, but they're saying, okay, what's in for me? They don't want to know how brilliant you are.
Right.
They know you're brilliant, but what's in for me? What's the value that you bring? What's the benefit that I'm going to derive from listening to you? You know, what are you going to deliver to me?
Right.
And so you must deliver and articulate that value immediately.
I would think that's an enormous mistake that most people make, focusing too much on themselves and how the proposal helps them, but not how it helps you.
Exactly, exactly. And so that's a very, very important one. Articulate value. And remember, it's not about you, it's about them. What's the value they get? You know, and what is it that you're trying to accomplish from that presentation? So what is the call to action? Okay, what is the benefit you want them, the action you want them to take after you've presented to them? Do you want to drive them to your website? Do you want them to buy a product from you? You know, do you want them to, you know, offer you a position? So you must also have that end in mind and deliver that value in your presentation.
In about 30 seconds, L. The L is listen, now you're saying.
Oh, yes. We learned that recently with Verizon when the CEO came up and withdrew a $2 fee that they had put in there.
And Bank of America, right? The folks said, hey, we're not going to pay these fees anymore, right?
Absolutely. You absolutely got to listen to your audience. Listen, it's a two-way communication.
When you can, accordingly, right? One thing to listen, one other thing to also respond.
Is to respond to them, yes.
You have about 15 seconds. K is keep practicing, right?
That's it. That's it. You know, no matter how proficient you are, practice, they say, makes perfect. So you have to keep on keeping on and keep doing it, and you master that art.
To summarize, talk your way to success. T is for target your message. A, articulate value to the person you're talking to. L, listen. And then K, keep practicing. Going to have you on again. Princess Bola Adelani, a success coach. We're going to talk to her more down the road. When we come back, we'll talk about a novel plan by Hartford's mayor to provide some summer jobs for youth. You are watching the Stan Simpson Show. Catch us 24/7 at ctnow.com/Stan.